What's up, guys? Welcome back again to your HeroClix headquarters. Today, we've got the awesome new Trigon and Raven Iconix set to unbox. I've been waiting for this one to come in for a minute, and honestly, I'm a little upset that it's got this little ding on it right here, but I guess that's what I get for buying it $5 cheaper online. Anyway, I've been really looking forward to this set. This freaking awesome, colossal Trigon and Raven Iconix just looks so amazing. So, you know, we can open the window here like normal, and you can kind of take a look through the little window like most Iconix have nowadays, and you just got this awesome Trigon artwork right there. So yeah, pretty awesome. Without further ado, let's open it up and check it out. All right, so let's slide these guys out of here. There's the cards. Okay, set that box down, and yeah, let's take a quick look at the sculpts here. So we get this colossal Trigon coming out of the ground with some kind of big fiery explosion behind him, lots of smoke and stuff. And then we get this awesome Raven with the, like, what, 4 eyes or 6 eyes, whatever she's got there. Really cool, though. It's so great to have a new Raven and a new Trigon. I honestly was surprised we didn't get a legacy card for the old one from the Teen Titans set, but this is even better. So without further ado, let's rip this thing open and take a look at what these cards can do. Starting with Raven, she's got Teen Titans monster and mystical keywords, Mystic's team ability, coming in at 100 or 50 points. She's got a trait that when a friendly character that shares a keyword with Raven attacks, if the finalized attack total is at least 3 more than a target's defense value, that attack is a critical hit. That's pretty great. You just have to hit 3 or more over their defense value and it becomes a crit. That is pretty nasty. And that will count for her since she is a friendly character that shares a keyword with herself. So that is nice as well. She's got pretty good stats and powers, either for 100 or 50, with a 5 range, flight, running shot, 19 super senses for 4 damage with a 12 attack, or for 50 you got 10 movement charge, 11 attack, 18 senses, 3 damage. But yeah, then taking a look at the back of her card here, once per turn you may re-roll a roll made by an opposing character within range and line of fire. So it's kind of like traded prob, but you don't get to re-roll your own rolls, just an opposing character. So that is really cool. And then you also have special attack power, which gives her Smoke Cloud as free, but only to generate markers in Raven's square or the squares of adjacent characters. So that means you can generate it in friendly and opposing characters' squares if they're adjacent. And it is nice, you know, with Trigon here, because she could, you know, basically Smoke Cloud for free in all of their squares. And he can just carry her around with him since he's colossal. You know, she can enhance up his damage for his ranged attacks. She can be a nice little secondary attacker. And yeah, not bad at all. Let's take a look now at the big guy himself, Trigon. It's got the deity, mystical, and ruler keywords, cosmic energies, and mystics team abilities. Pretty much the 2 best team abilities in the game, of course. Coming in at either 300, 200, or 100 points. He starts with a trait that when Trigon KOs an opposing character of 40 points or less, instead score double that character's point value. That is insane. Like, I feel like that is just unnecessary a little bit. So if your opponent is just playing a bunch of low point characters, he can easily win on points probably before you even wipe out your opponent's team at that point. Because, you know, if you score 100 points over a build total, you just automatically win the game. So if he KOs enough low point characters, he could win the game that way. Without having to finish off their whole team, potentially. Especially with, like, goons. There's a lot of goons nowadays that can just keep, you know, spitting out more goons. You know, you got, like, the time breakers that can just keep making more time breakers. Even though they're only 5 points, but he'll be scoring 10 for each one. You know, goons are only 15 usually, but he'll be scoring 30 points for each one. So that adds up really quick. But anyway, his trait continues that if Trigon is the highest point character, and he would take damage, if it's not the first time he would take damage this turn, instead he doesn't. That is even crazier. So as long as he's the highest point character, he can only be damaged once per turn. I think that is just such a great thing for like a high point character like this. Normally their biggest drawback is they get ganged up on, they get out actioned. That is pretty much impossible to do with something like this. So he can only get hit once and then, you know, that's it. He's done taking damage for the turn. He's got It looks like some stop clicks on his defense power, but on the back of his card here, it says at the beginning of the game, you can choose a friendly character with a lower point value than Trigon. That character can use Trigon's displayed attack power. If they have a mystical keyword, they can also use his displayed damage power. And when the chosen character is KO'd after resolutions, heal him 2 clicks. If their name was Raven, also modify his combat values +1. So that is great to team him up with Raven. So if you want to like play him at 200 and her at 100, she'd get some Pulse Wave and Perplex. If you play in them both at the low dial with him at 100 and her at 50, you could give her some Blades and Prob with her charge. That'd be good too. But yeah, if you play like a 400 point game, definitely playing this guy at 300, giving her some Penetrating Blast and Probability Control would be nuts. If you're playing her at 100 also for the running shot. And you're definitely going to want to play this guy at high points because, you know, with that other trait, you really want him to be the highest point character on the map. So he's only going to get hurt like once per turn. But yeah, he's also got stop clicks, which give him super senses and toughness. And when Trigon uses super senses and succeeds after resolutions, deal the attacker penetrating damage equal to the number of their action tokens. Again, that is just ridiculous, honestly. Not only does he get like 3 stop clicks down that dial, they each are pretty insane with the super senses. Because if you succeed at that senses, they could potentially take 2 penetrating damage, which is even worse than hitting him and having to take 1 penetrating damage from mystics. So yeah, that is just nasty. That is such a mean stop click, especially pairing that with his trait where if he is the highest point character, he can only be damaged once per turn, essentially. This is going to be such a hard dial to get through, I think, at 300 points. Even just playing him by himself at 300 points is going to be pretty nasty. But 200 points with some backup with Raven and some other people maybe is also going to be really nasty too, because yeah, this dude's just nuts. Honestly, the only thing I think keeping this dude out of being like the strongest thing right now is that there's also a couple other really good 200 and 300 point characters right now. We've got Kong. You know, Kong sees a lot more play nowadays at 200 or 300 points because of, you know, just the way that the meta has kind of shifted. We've got Gaia now to heal him. He's got the heart-shaped herb to carry around and heal him. And then we also just got the Collector Ultra Chase and Collector's Trove. And that, you know, is also an insanely powerful 200 point figure. So yeah, I mean, playing this guy at 300, I think is the best way to guarantee he's the highest point. Because I mean, you still could face like a 300 point Kong or another 300 point Trigon, but I think just this dude at 300 points is going to be really hard to beat. Even like I said, 200 with some backup is going to be awesome as well. So yeah, that is pretty much it for these two. You got a dude that has 3 stop clicks, and each stop click can roll super senses and deal them penetrating damage, or if they hit him, they take penetrating damage from mystics. And, you know, even if they do hit him, they can only damage him once per turn if he's most likely the highest point character on the map. So yeah, super powerful Trigon. Raven is not bad either, but even though you kind of have to play her with him for her to be really good, I still think, you know, the sculpt is amazing. It's still an awesome figure. Of course, you're going to want to play her with him when she's in her like demon form and everything. So yeah, just such an awesome set. You know, I'm really a big fan of Raven, and Trigon's such an awesome villain. So I love to see these like super epic colossal figures coming out. I hope we see more of them occasionally from Iconix sets, you know, with Kong and this guy. And like I said, Collector from Collector's Trove. We're getting some really amazingly good high point characters finally. And it's just awesome to see those big characters, you know, actually be hard to take down and actually be scary to go against. So let me know what you guys think about this set in the comments below. I'd love to talk about it with you guys. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash the like button and click that subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. But if you'd like to help support the channel even more, you can check the links in the description for the Patreon, where you can see your name here in the credits with all these other awesome people. And for as little as $1 a month, you get entered into my monthly giveaway. So make sure to check that out if that interests you. But that's going to do it for this one, you guys. Thanks again so much for watching. Till next time, this has been HeroClix Headquarters, signing off.